Welcome to Gracefully Imperfect, a podcast for the all-encompassing Black man, the professional, the entrepreneur, the student, the family man, the father, and the everyday survivor. I am your host, Semantic 7. And on this journey together, we will discuss all things related to fatherhood and parenting, morality and ethics, striving to become mentally healthy, our role within our households and our family, health and fitness, and I dare not to forget, there will be a lot of sharing of our personal developmental stories that have shaped us to who we are today. So let's go on this journey together and center our consciousness, relax our mind, off we go to the depths below.
Love, peace, and blessings and abundance to all of you who are tuning in from your respective locations, here or there, near or far, wherever your city, town, village, county, country, wherever that is. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for choosing this podcast out of the thousands upon thousands that are uploaded to your listening platform. This one is a small one, but we are trying to make a big impact. I'm also grateful to the universe and to the creator for providing me the health, fortitude, the resilience, the internal resources that are required to do this with an open heart and an open mind. And I just want to say to those who are tuning in, whether this is your first time or this is your 5th or your 20th, that I'm grateful for you tuning in, and I'm grateful for you trusting this space as your medium for information, for knowledge, for understanding, and for insight. I want to use this time to expand upon my last episode where I brought up that I acknowledged the fact that I've been gone for 60 days. I've been on a hiatus. And I wanted to use this time to really, really go into what transpired and what led to this, and also what I extrapolated from this situation to help me move forward. And as I'm sharing this, my hopes, the desire is that, that it resonates with someone else's personal context and situation. That you could see yourself in this reflective mirror, and that you can walk away with this, with additional insight and understanding, awareness, and knowledge that can help you guide your footsteps and help you guide your actions, and which then could help you make better and informed decisions about what needs to be done and how it should be done. Yeah, I'm in the business of cultivating, nurturing, and part of that is sharing your story, sharing it with people who are going through similar things, and seeing and allowing them to pull and synthesize from your story what is meaningful to them. So these last 60 days have been, it hasn't been my darkest time in my life. No, that's for another episode. It hasn't been darkest, but it's been troubling and it's been very bittersweet. There's been a lot of joy and excitement as well as sadness. These last 60 days, I've been battling, um, some multi-layered issues that are all interconnected and interrelated. I'm getting out the military. I've been approved as a conscientious objector, an opposer of war, armed conflict, and bearing of arms. And these last a little bit more than 60 days, probably the last 120 days, I've just been left in this pit of darkness, not knowing when my final day is going to be. Because those who possess the answers either have been quiet, they have been spewing out misinformation, or they've been providing me vague information, and it's up to me to fill in the gaps. Yeah, and with that, I'm one of those individuals that I'm a planner, hardcore planner, hardcore organizer, and the state of not knowing, it just sunk me into a pit of anxiety. I was stuck in a web of extreme anxiety. There was times where I just couldn't breathe. Anytime that I thought about when's my last day, when am I going to start anew? When is the next chapter begin? When can I move on? When can I no longer be an affiliate of this institution? It just sank me deeper and deeper into anxiety. And for all those who have dealt with anxiety or who is dealing with anxiety, being anxious is one thing, but being in being stuck in anxiety, it's overwhelming. It does so much it's so much impact on your body. You're breathing, you're sleeping, you're eating, you're thinking, you get headaches, your body is sore. These are all physical responses to anxiety, and these are the things that I was dealing with. The next thing is, which I will start off by saying, that this is the most beautiful thing in my life, is that uh, we're having a baby next month. The experience of begetting a child and being there for the mother and supporting her and trying my very best to nurture her and to attend to her needs, like that right there is rewarding in itself. But then in the backdrop, I have this looming shadow of not knowing, this looming shadow of just this of misinformation and devaluing and inconsideration, lack of consideration from this institution that I'm trying to walk away from. Same institution that pays me monthly, provides me housing allowance, provides me medical benefits and dental, vision, life insurance, and all these other things uh, that makes the lifestyle and the livelihood, it makes it It makes it stable. And what I'm trying to do is get a sense. Like I said, I'm a planner and organizer, and so I'm trying to get a sense of what life is going to look like outside of that. And even though I have a good idea, the best teacher is experience. And so, even though I've been trying diligently to get out before my baby was born, it's not going to happen. And the baby's going to be brought up. His baby is going to be brought into this world while his dad is still connected to an institution that he's been trying to trim the fat from. And that my worry is, that level of attachment and dependency will compound because that's all we know. All we know is the first and the 15th for payday. All we know is that we have TRICARE, medical insurance. We know we can go on the base for every single support service that we could think of. And I was trying to be in a situation where none of that was available. I no longer had accessibility to that, and now I have to learn how to operate with autonomy and independence. Another thing is that I've been in the marketplace for months, applying for jobs, talking to different employers, getting interviews, also getting offer letters. But what makes all of them run away is the fact that I do not have any predictability of when I'm supposed to be getting out. And so that lack of predictability becomes a liability because I don't know when you can join my organization. I don't know when you are available. I don't know when we can start beginning the onboarding process. I have other people who are applying for the same job who has availability as soon, like right now availability. And so it creates a disparity between me and other candidates, and it also creates a wedge between me and employers. And so employers been running away from me, rejecting me over and over and over again, even the ones that have given me offer letters. And originally, I already knew that that was going to be a possibility. But when it kept happening over and over and over and over again, even with the expectation that I may or may not get this job, that rejection and that it just that it hurt me, y'all. Like I was extremely hurt and sad from being rejected multiple times, sometimes multiple times in the same week. Here I am, I'm overqualified for most of these positions, and I have education, I have qualifications, I have experience, I have transferable skill sets, and I'm being rejected. I just couldn't believe it. And that sadness started to spread, and the more that it would happen, it would exasperate. And so when you compound that with the other things of being left in the dark, not feeling valued as a military member who's had a change in moral and ethical thinking, whose conscience has evolved over the last 10 years, to bring it in a new life form, and you're trying to provide security, safety, and stability for this life form. And you want to do that without the attachment of the very institution that you're against. And you couple that with, I'm trying to provide stability and security and safety outside of the military, but due to the context of the context of not being able to supply me with accurate and reliable information about my status, it creates a barrier between me and employers. All of that right there really, really affected me negatively. So what did I do? We went on a family vacation to Myrtle Beach. And I didn't know I really needed this. I was to the point that I was really selfish about it. I didn't look at my kids and my wife as if they needed it as much as I did. I'm like, man, I've had a horrible year. I just need to get away. I need a change of scenery. I just need to relax. I need calm. And so while I was there, I did a lot of things right. I did a lot of things not right. My wife and I didn't see eye to eye on some things, and yeah, I'll keep that. I'll keep that locked in. I'm not going to reveal that. But we were running into some issues, and I was trying not to overwhelm her in her pregnant state. But here I am. I've had a stream of unpleasant experiences and emotions, and I am trying to mitigate that through this vacation. And there was a lot of things that I've learned through retrospective reflection about the essentials of going on vacation with baggage, with stuff in your need to deal with closet. And these are the things that I've learned, that while you are away, you still have the stuff in the closet that you got to deal with. And you can, all the fun and excitement and the jubilee and all the positive experiences and moments that you may have, it may uh, um, it may create a buffer between you and the unpleasant things in your life. But eventually, you will have to face it. And so while I was on vacation, I'm like, man, how do I come to grips with this? Like, how do I keep that balance, keep that sense of harmony, of having fun and creating monumental experiences and memories, and but at the same time working through my stuff without letting the stuff become so heavy and so weighty that it interferes with the vacation. So the four takeaways that I have of being on vacation is: do not overextend yourself. Do things within your capacity, within your limitation, within. Because what I've learned is that the more that you overextend yourself, the more you, it's just more added stress. It's more added tension to what's already there. And even though that I will or I will accept an argument that human beings are elastic. We are very durable, very resilient. But we also have to realize when we are susceptible to being broken and susceptible to be, uh, um, of going to a dark place of no return, or a dark place where we are overshadowed by sadness, by emotions of overwhelm and angst and all that. We have to know that fine line. The next thing is give yourself grace. While I was on vacation, I realized that there were things that I wanted to do. There were things in my routine that I wasn't always adhering to, and I would beat myself up and be so self-critical. In that moment, I needed self-compassion and grace. I needed to remind myself that I'm not perfect. I'm not going to always do things the way that I think that they ought to should be done, or I preconceived as this is how it should be done. And I need to always honor the fact that I'm ever changing. Every minute of the day, every moment, every week, every other day, I'm changing. And that grace that I give myself will help me not only self-soothe, but see myself, see my self-worth, and to love myself earnestly. The other takeaway is pace. I know you all have heard life is a marathon, or slow and steady wins the race. Well, the same is the same thing for a getaway. No matter what it is, a sabbatical, vacation, staycation, whatever it is, pace yourself. Give yourself space to think, to be one with yourself, to filter through your emotions and your thoughts, your feelings, to look at yourself in the mirror and acknowledge your growth. Not and also allowing yourself to be so present in the moments that you have, that you're not trying to accelerate to do some big splash event just because you're on this getaway or on this vacation. Last one is stick to your travel budget. The worst thing that you could ever do when you're already dealing with stuff in your I need to deal with closet is add more stuff to that closet. The closet is already full. There's no more space. And if you add some more, it's going to implode. And it's the same thing with you. Same thing with me when I dealt with it. We want to mitigate our circumstances with fun and excitement and just all these very just impactful experiences. And with that, a lot of these experiences cost. And if we're not keeping, if we're not maintaining situational awareness on how much we're spending, how much we have left, and allocating maybe a per diem daily so we can maintain that budget. If we find ourselves in a financial constraint or financial predicament, then that can only exacerbate the problems that we already have. And now we're just walking around not only with the stuff before the getaway or vacation, but now we're dealing with more stuff because of the vacation. Stick to the budget. And then while I was also there, um, I also realized of what the 5 essential practices for mental emotional ability, and these things aren't all inclusive, y'all. This may work for you, this may not. These are the things that that are reflective of my values and my points of view, my attitude, and my perspective. Right. First one is exercise and fitness. Exercise and fitness, and I like exercise and fitness in the beginning of the day to jumpstart the day, to provide fuel to the fuel tank, to get you going. And there were some times where I exercised, and there were some times I didn't. And the times that I didn't, I wish that I did. But I've always fitness and me have this. We have a therapeutic relationship with fitness. I don't do it because I want a certain aesthetic. And I don't do it because I have these competitive goals. I do it because it really increases my level of attunement to my feelings and to my emotions and to my thoughts. It allows me to become more. Uh, it heightens my ability to tap into my spiritual awareness as well with the Creator. The next one is meditation. Same thing. Most days I didn't do it. Some days I did. And the days that I didn't do it, I wish that I did. Meditation helps me, 3 things that meditation do for me. It protects my psyche. It soothes my spirit. And it calms my nerves. Those are the 3 things that it does for me. All things that are a direct linkage to I, emotional, mental, and psychological stability. Third thing is plan intimacy. Plan intimacy with your loved one, your spouse, your wife, your husband, whoever it is, the one that you are committed to romantically. Plan, plan intimacy. I wish that we did more of this. Her and I was going through a little debacle, and I wish that I would have been a little bit more attentive to her needs, the unspoken needs, our unspoken needs, and went out, took her for a spa or go and get massages. I wish I would have done that, y'all. But these are the type of things that when you're out, you're doing these things. Make sure you are applying focus to your loved one, and to make sure that you guys are maintaining a high level of intimacy, because your connection is everything. The next thing is detach and unwind. Detach and unwind for me is so superior. Put the phone down, turn off the devices, go sit somewhere, go read a book. And I actually did a lot of that during my vacation. There was times where I would break away from my family just to go sit next to the water. I'll sit on the sit on the canopy and do some writing. Next one is find moments to be outside. We all have a historical relationship with nature as human beings. before our human civilization became so sophisticated, we all learned how to survive and thrive out in the wilderness, out in nature. Now, I'm not asking you to be Tarzan. No, I'm not trying to project that. What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is very simplistic. Go be outside. If you're around sand, go put your feet in the sand. Go near the water. Go look at the plants. Go look at the sky. Go garden. Go cut grass. Go do something. Go for a walk. Right? And these are the things that I've realized that were essential for me to maintain my mental, my emotional readiness. I want to leave y'all with the quote of the day. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. And that's Gandhi. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you being in this space with me. I can't wait for us to do this again on the next episode. Check out the show notes for how to connect with me, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace.